Hey, g'day, Roy from Silver City Foundry over here in New Zealand. I'm just playing around with some new equipment for some upcoming new content we're going to be adding to our YouTube channel. It's going to be a tech and review channel, probably focusing more on the tech, because that's my kind of thing. I like the electronic side of sabers. So as I was playing around with this today, I actually had a box arrive in the mail from the guys at Saber Trio. So this is an order I've been waiting on. Ordered it probably about 3 weeks ago, so I thought I'd use this as an opportunity to give you a bit of an overview. So first off, stuff from Saber Trio. I mean, you've probably all seen the videos, and they're getting exceptionally good reviews, and that's very well deserved. Quite impressed with what came in the mail today. So what we're going to be looking at are a couple of hilts. We had 3 people put in orders, so 3 hilts have arrived today, and between us we've ordered the Aeryn and the Saber Trio Skylar. So we're just going to be having a quick look at those. This is my own little personal one that rocked up today. I'm exceptionally happy with this. Can't really fault it. Well, I can actually. I'll touch on that a little bit later. But a beautiful saber. Things I really like about this are the attention to detail. Really nice design. The workmanship is excellent. Not perfect, but excellent. Price point is fantastic on these. You can buy these for $145 as a stunt. I got the 18650 upgrade, as did the other people in the group, and that works out at a cool little saber for $160 US. So that's pretty similar in comparison to what you're paying from Saberforge and Ultra Sabers for one of their stunts. A Saberforge stunt will be about 175 plus shipping. That's 160 plus shipping. In my opinion, similar ballpark. I think I prefer to finish on these though, if I am being brutally honest. These are really cool. I did say there's minor faults. The only faults I've got on mine, there are a few marks on the pommel, just chips. But hey, you're machining with metal, and you're working at a price point of 160 US for a functioning saber. So although we'd rather not have these little niggles, they do sometimes come through. The other saber, the other Aeryn, was perfect, and that's going off to its new owner. And the Skylar is also awesome. This is pretty much the only fault I could find on the entire order. And I'm sure if you talk to the guys at Saber Trio and pointed it out, they'll actually remedy it for you. One thing I like about them is they're incredibly approachable and awesome customer service. So what else do I like about this saber? It's a thin neck, as you can see. Nice deep threads on the hilts. Also on the thin neck as well. I've got a Saberforge Exalted, and probably slightly longer threads on the Aeryn. So I'd say that that's a nice substantial finish onto what could potentially be a point of weakness. Can't really fault that. That's a very solid build. Excellent tolerances, nothing too shabby. Something I was surprised on with this is I got the 18650 upgrade, as you remember me saying. Actually comes with a chassis for that. They normally pop in the, I believe it's the Spark boards if you get one of their FX sabers, which were all out of stock at the time that we ordered these. But hey, comes with a chassis. Now compare that with, I know one thing that Saber Trio are very conscientious about is the quality control. Our sabers are actually redone by Jason, one of the owners there at Saber Trio, because mine had a little bit of a rattle in it, which he's fixed. But compare that to something you get from Saberforge, and I'm not dogging, I'm not slagging off Saberforge here. I do like their sabers. But that just comes with an 18615 battery holder there with some Velcro wrapped around it, and got a bit of a shake on. This, not a single rattle. I'm glad it came with a chassis, because the first thing I'm going to be doing is putting my own soundboard installation in this Saber. Luckily, we do installations here at Sulphur City Foundry, and this is going to be something I'm really going to be enjoying doing with this. I can't get any closer because I don't have an autofocus camera. That will be remedied next time. So that's the Aeryn Skylar, also great quality, really nice hilt. The weathering on these, not as much as you get from Saber Trio. It's a much more subtle weathering job. That's neither a plus nor a negative. It's just the way that they do it. Saber Trio just seems to be a bit more subtle on the weathering. So that's the finish. And again, if you wanted to chat to these guys to have a more aggressive abrasion weathering on your Saber, I'm sure they'd quite happily comply. Great guys. Other little finishes I like here. There's a thumb screw with a blade retention. The blade plugs are really nice. Probably a little bit too bright for the camera, but really enjoying that. Blades. First time I'll be using Saber Trio blades. You can see here they're actually a 2mm blade. Sorry, I can't get any closer. Again, autofocus will be remedied for the next video. This is a Infinity blade from Saberforge. Got a 3mm wall. These are quoted as having a 2mm wall, possibly a little bit less than that. They actually look pretty similar to the 1.5mm mid-grades from TCSS. They do look a little bit fatter, so they're not the same. I'll have to get the calipers on that. But they do have a kind of a feel of a mid-grade blade from Custom Saber Shop, if you know the blades. But we're going to have a bit of a bash this weekend. We'll see how they stand up to heavy dueling. But otherwise, I actually quite like the look on those. If they're any good, I will certainly be stocking a few more at Sulphur City Foundry. So what can I say just to sum up this short video? In terms of being happy with these things, it's a high 9.5 out of 10. Believe the hype. They are exceptionally nice sabers for the money. Their communications are excellent, which is something that is severely lacking in certain saber companies. The shipping was fast. It came via DHL. I think we were talking 5 days door to door. Luckily it came through customs. It was just under our limit. So yeah, no hold-ups. 5 days door to door. Absolutely brilliant. Like I said, only minor niggles are just those little things in the bottom of the pommel. But I do have I like my Ultra Saber sabers for dueling. So my silver hilts, you can polish the scratches out absolutely no problem. It takes about 5 minutes. So I'll be remedying that issue myself on the pommel. So no need to bother the Saber Trio guys. But yeah, apart from that, that's the only thing that's stopping that from being a perfect purchase. The LED modules are standard 25mm. They actually come with I've opened one up and they look like a single 3-watt Cree LED. Now, compare that to some other Saber companies who are running tris and quads, and you might think you're getting shortchanged on the LED, on the thing. But I actually wire single Crees. Excuse me, I'm just going to turn my lighting up. My power pack isn't obviously not powerful enough to run it. I run all my sabers with single 3-watt Cree LEDs, and I do that for 2 reasons. Your eye response to brightness is not a linear process. So if you double or quadruple the brightness of an LED, your eye does not see twice as much or 4 times as much brightness. It sees it slightly brighter. Now, Also, when you're putting more dies in your saber, you are essentially sucking more current out of the battery. Now, if you suck the juice out of the battery basically at a higher rate, you're going to reduce its lifespan, how long a full battery charge will last. So I like the trade-off of actually running a single 3-watt Cree LED in all of my sabers anyway. So if you ever see anybody sort of nagging on Saber Trio for just putting a single die Cree LED in, don't be too stressed. Some people actually prefer it, myself included. Okay, so that's not a downside, that's just how they come. Things I love, they offer a gold button option. Not many Saber companies do that now as standard, and I think that matches the gold on the thin neck quite nicely, and I've got a matching cover tech as well. Good range of options you can get from these guys. So there it is, the whole experience of ordering from Saber Trio. Their attention to detail with the nice boxes, fast shipping, good communications, brilliant product. High 9-ish, 9 something out of 10. Can't really fault it. I know they've got something coming out relatively shortly, hopefully a new Saber. Really looking forward to that, and I'll certainly be adding more Saber Trio sabers to my collection. I do like the Aeryn. Not a big fan of the other 2 models that they have in stock, but they're a new Saber company, so their range is going to be expanding as they increasingly become popular, and I can certainly see that happening. A couple of people I talked to in the Saber community, I mean, they're flagging them up as being possibly the next Vader's Vault, that style of company, with the attention to detail and the quality in the builds. Brilliant. So thank you very much, Jason, for sending these over from Saber Trio. You're doing everything right. Obviously, everyone in the community really loves your stuff, and looking forward to actually seeing you grow, and personally adding more Saber Trio hilts to my collection as you design them and launch them. Okay, so if you need a link to the Saber Trio website, it'll be tucked away somewhere in the video. This one's going out pretty much raw, as it's a quickly put together one, so don't expect too much post-processing on this. Great, so don't forget to visit Sulphur City Foundry, see what we do. Have a great day, enjoy your sabers. Bye-bye.